As you probably already know, Amber Heard is being sued by Johnny Depp for defamation. I wouldn't say defamation is a crime, in the sense that if she was found guilty, she wouldn't see any jail time. It does, however, in my opinion, feel a little criminal to let her squeak by unscathed. I'm not sure if Johnny Depp will win his defamation case because, after all, Amber Heard never mentioned him by name in the article that is the subject of his lawsuit. The article is well written and a little heartbreaking. Imagine losing your career if her allegations were true. Friends and advisors told me I would never again work as an actress, that I would be blacklisted. A movie I was attached to recast my role. I had just shot a 2-year campaign as the face of a global fashion brand, and the company dropped me. Questions arose as to whether I would be able to keep my role of Mera in the movies Justice League and Aquaman. As I write this, we are in day 11 of the infamous court case Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Even if Amber Heard wins, it really does not look good for her. I write this as a woman who had to change my phone number weekly because I was getting death threats. For months, I rarely left my apartment, and when I did, I was pursued by camera drones and photographers on foot, on motorcycles, and in cars. Tabloid outlets that posted pictures of me spun them in a negative light. I felt as though I was on trial in the court of public opinion, and my life and livelihood depended on myriad judgments far beyond my control. Indeed, her battle isn't so much in the courtroom as it is in the court of public opinion, and after we heard her lawyer's opening statements and Amber's accusations about the infamous Australia incident, there was absolutely no going back.
He claims that he was just sitting there calmly and she was haranguing him, so he took a shot glass of vodka. And when he did that, she got mad, took the bottle of vodka, was 8 to 10 feet, about where I am from you, and hurled it at him, and it happened to just take off the bottom part of his finger. And then he says she came and burned a hole in his cheek. The testimony is going to be that he self-mutilated on a number of occasions and burned himself in the cheek and also cut himself. He takes 8 to 10 tablets of ecstasy almost immediately. And the next 3 days are just a cycle of very, very, very violent activity by him. So as you go through those 3 days of Australia, some pretty horrendous things happen to her. He rips off her nightgown. He has her jammed up against a bar. He has hurled bottles and bottles at her. He has dragged her across the floor on the broken bottles and the liquor. He has punched her. He has kicked her. He tells her he's going to fucking kill her. He fucking hates her. He's pounding at her, pounding her. And then he penetrates her with a liquor bottle. That's the Johnny Depp that you're going to hear about in this case.
It's hard to ask someone to believe these things over a beloved actor like Johnny Depp. Then we hear the tape recording of Johnny and Amber talking about Australia.
No, it's not to get you mad. It's just to get out of a bad situation while it's happening before it gets worse. In Australia, when we had the big fight where I lost the tip of my finger, at least 5 bathrooms and 2 bedrooms I went to.
To avoid talking to me, to
To
avoid
escape
working it out. That's
to
the
escape
problem.
the fight.
You don't escape the fight, you escape the solution.
No.
You escape the solution.
No.
You escape figuring it out. We cannot work it out if you run away to the bathroom every time.
Listen to me. Listen to me. A boxer can't go 12 rounds without a fucking minute break.
I'm not giving you a minute break. You do it at minute 3 at the beginning of an argument.
No. There are rounds, man. And when it gets too fucking hairy, the ref splits them apart or whatever. But all I'm saying is, you can't have a solution if the argument just keeps mounting and mounting and mounting and mounting. I fucking go into the bathroom and sit on the floor. Bam, 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 here you come. I come out. Fight, crazy, escalated. I go split again, I go to another fucking bathroom or a bedroom or something. Knock, 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 bang, bang, bang. You kept coming to get me.
At this point, we have to ask ourselves why she would lie. Her body language during the court playing this recording says it all. She knows at this point there is nothing she can say or do to flip fans' love for Johnny Depp. To be honest, I do believe that Johnny Depp broke things off with Amber. He left that apartment and was done with the relationship. Amber gave it a couple days, but when she realized it was over for good, that is when she decided to make a police report. On May 21, 2016, Johnny Depp left the apartment. On May 23, Amber filed for divorce, and on May 27, Heard filed a restraining order. On May 27, Amber appeared in court with a visible mark on her face. The altercation that caused the mark, well, that happened on the 21st, 6 days earlier. Also on the 21st, there were 2 well-documented visits from police officers.
Penthouse 3. Be advised, we're stepping out onto the penthouse floor.
Traffic eligibility, incident by 5.31 phase 25 3rd Street, in front of the location, subject to Miller, 20 years, highway, is built right for jacket. Another truck over the baseball back.
I'll go get the business card from the cops.
Yeah, I don't know, just because we got another call and we came again, we still gotta make sure.
Give me 1 second.
Doesn't-
1 second. Back up, please. Back up.
Can we just, we'll just come in and just check. We just need to make sure everybody in here is okay, and then we...
I called twice.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
I don't know if she called twice or whoever called, but we just got another notification.
It
So,
must have been a mistake.
we just need to come in and make sure that everybody's okay.
Yeah,
If they're all good. Nobody else is in here?
No,
Okay.
the other officers came by and checked the apartment and the other apartment as well.
Yeah, okay.
It must have been like a double call.
Okay. Who's Amber? You, okay, and Johnny
Is definitely not here.
is not here? Okay.
Last, probably like 2 hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Everything's all good then?
Now it's, yeah.
Alright.
Thank you.
Well, if you guys need anything else, just call us back.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Thank you, officers.
Yep, thank you. Good night.
The police testified that they did not believe Amber Heard was a victim of domestic violence. Well, I don't think so. There is a video between May 21st and May 27th of Amber coming down to the lobby. Amber looks to be a mess. She probably did have days of crying, but she definitely does not look like she had time to put on makeup. Nobody seen a thing either. The way she boasted her bruise going to court to file a restraining order really seems absolutely staged. I'm not here to say whether Amber did or didn't suffer from domestic abuse. What I am saying is that through the cross-examination of Johnny, the recordings, and testimony of others so far, it's really hard to believe Amber. Going back to Australia. It's hard to find an exact timeline, but it is said that Johnny Depp's fingertip was severed on March 7th. Amber reported at one point that Depp received the injury to his finger after he had smashed a telephone into a wall. In the same article, the next 3 paragraphs are as follows. After he poured himself a glass of vodka, she picked up the bottle and threw it at him. Before hurling another one, he told the court. Amber severed my finger with the second of 2 thrown vodka bottles at me in the early afternoon of Sunday, March 8th. Amber claims this was on the second day of a 3-day hostage situation, he said. Amber claims that during these 3 days, I subjected her to a variety of what sounds like torture and other abuse. These sick claims are completely untrue. Depp said Heard did not sustain any injuries at all that weekend, while he meanwhile sustained grievous injuries, including the severed finger and a cigarette stubbed out on my cheek. Hold up, let's make sure we have this right. So far, 2 people have testified that they were at the house on March 8th. One of the people who testified under oath was Dr. Kipper and the other was Ben King. Ben King testified that he found the fingertip. Dr. Kipper testified that he seen Johnny outside the house waiting to be transported to the hospital. Everybody says that the house was a mess. I really have a hard time figuring out when this 3-day hostage situation supposedly happened. There is nothing or no one to back up the claims. The recording of Johnny Depp and Amber talking make it clear to anyone listening that Johnny spent some time in the bathroom, which is probably when he started writing on the bathroom mirrors. As for Miss Heard's account of what happened, well, you can look through her documented notes of abuse by scrolling through Amber's filed court document motion to dismiss pursuant. Basically, this is a document of exhibits, including photos and recordings, that is filed in hopes that the court will dismiss the trial and find no reason to move forward. This document is basically every terrible thing Amber could come up with that Johnny had done. Scrolling down through text messages and other exhibits, you'll find what is labeled Exhibit 7. The infamous mirrors. Then we will see Exhibit 8 placed right after the 4 black and white photographs of writing on the mirror. Exhibit 8 is a very sad image of scratches on an arm. This is what has come of the 3-day hostage situation. Amber's proof consists of a few scratches and writing on a mirror. We never even see or hear anyone witness say anything about the Billy Bob and Easy Amber writing. Her scratches are well documented and there are bruises that are documented later, a couple snips here and there of conversations and messages. Nothing that really makes anyone believe Amber. Even her well-documented recordings only back her up when cut at the perfect moment. It seems as though she documents everything to try to make sure she has a story to tell. Exhibit after exhibit seem to show her willingness to document everything, but when it comes time to prove her claims, there is nothing. Police officers claiming they believed she wasn't a victim. Questioning of the police officers by Amber's lawyer only reveal that the damage that was supposed to be in the apartment really wasn't. Nobody wants to listen to a victim's story in disbelief. For the women out there that have been abused, it's hard to listen to all of this and believe that Johnny Depp wasn't a victim. I'm not saying Amber didn't suffer from abuse, but she wasn't innocent and it sounds like Johnny suffered more than she did. Her fantastical stories are discredited with no proof. Why would she make up these claims? During the trial, we heard from a psychologist. We heard that Amber probably has one of or both personality disorders: borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder. Borderline personality disorder is a mental health disorder that impacts the way you think and feel about yourself and others, causing problems functioning in everyday life. It includes self-image issues, difficulty managing emotions and behavior, and a pattern of unstable relationships. Histrionic personality disorder. Histrionic means overly theatrical or melodramatic, tends to be more common in women, can be learned or inherited, and comes with intense, unstable emotions and distorted self-images. according to the Cleveland Clinic. I myself suffer from borderline personality disorder, so I feel like I can speak on this topic open and honestly. I do see this disorder in Amber. Through the evidence, I think this curse is really what created these problems. It's a personality disorder because it literally creates you and shapes you into an abnormal being. Your emotions are like a light switch, your thoughts are black and white, you can idolize someone 1 second and hate them the next. A lot of times people with BPD will do things and feel extreme regret later. Regret so powerful that eventually these moments will end up causing hatred for oneself. This hatred will end up causing self-harm, addiction behavior, impulsive self-destructive behavior, suicidal ideation. And unfortunately, living with this disorder is so hard that about 10% of people who are BPD patients end their lives. Keep in mind these are the BPD sufferers that are trying to get treatment. I think maybe Amber was given some really bad advice. When she came out with these allegations, I think she felt the backlash. Her and Johnny both felt the destructive public opinion, and Johnny and Amber released this statement. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard settled their very public divorce case yesterday, releasing a joint statement saying that there was never any intent of physical or emotional harm. Our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. After the dust settled, in her own op-ed, Amber says that her career was in question. Daughtery was asked about an email from December 11, 2018, from Jessica Weitz, ACLU's Director of Artistic Engagement, in which she details the strategy behind the timing of the op-ed in question.
Robin, her lawyers omitted the below, but Amber would love to see a way to have that part in bold somehow put back in. Is there an artful way to do that? Otherwise, she is okay with the final. 2 years ago, I sought a temporary restraining order from my then husband. Ellipsis was changed to 2 years ago after successfully acquiring a temporary restraining order, but still not cleared by her lawyers. Do you see that?
I do.
Was that consistent with your understanding about what Ms. Heard's desires were?
Yeah, I trust Jessica White's relationship with Amber, so that when Jessica told Robin that that was something Amber wanted, I have no reason to think that that's not correct.
Okay, and finally, let's look at the beginning. The first email, Exhibit 41, from Stacy Sullivan to Jessica Weitz, says, yes, and I need to read the latest version, and Robin told me Amber's lawyers took out some of the stuff that made it really powerful. So let me look to see if I think it's strong enough for top tier.
As Variety reports, the goal is to get this out this week to capitalize on the tremendous campaign for Aquaman, wrote Weitz in the email. At the time, Aquaman was less than 2 weeks away from releasing into theaters. Daughtery testified that the publicity for the James Wan-directed film would assist in getting more attention for the op-ed, with Heard also agreeing that the timing was important, he said. A portion of Amber Heard's op-ed article. Like many women, I had been harassed and sexually assaulted by the time I was of college age. But I kept quiet. I did not expect filing complaints to bring justice. And I didn't see myself as a victim. Then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. The damning testimony keeps rolling in, but we must not forget this is a defamation trial, which means whether or not Depp wins the actual court case is based off of Amber Heard's December 18, 2018 op-ed. So far, the only relevance to the article has been disproving her allegations of abuse until Terrence Doherty's testimony. Discussion of the article rewritten, passed through lawyers, and quote skirting around did not stop the words. Then 2 years ago. Even leaving out Depp's name, it is obvious to anyone what this means. 18 minus 2 is 16. If you look up Amber Heard 2016 abuse Even today, with the fresh drama surrounding the ex-couple, an August 16, 2016 article still pops up. The words alone may not be considered defamation, but the testimony that we just heard describing how the sentence was changed multiple times to try to skirt around the subject Amber so seemingly desperately wanted to place in the article. With this one email, we can clearly hear intent. As in, it was obviously Amber's intent and wish to artistically place a reminder to the public about an incident of 2 years past. Yes, I do believe she is guilty of intentionally placing what is obviously a reminder of allegations that she was sworn to refrain from talking about. I think her intentions and wishes to break her non-disclosure agreement and involve Johnny Depp in the article are clearly there. Legal terms mean all. The term defamation is an all-encompassing term that covers any statement that hurts someone's reputation, also called defamation of character.
Based on the analysis you've done and your expertise in the entertainment industry, have you formed any opinions in this case?
Yes.
Generally speaking, what is your opinion?
My general opinion is that the op-ed damaged Mr. Depp, created a cancel situation, if you will, harmed his reputation and his ability to get work in Hollywood industry.
Objection. Hold on, sir. Yes. What types of things do companies consider when they're looking at using actors in their marketing or advertising?
Well, as you can imagine, they consider reputation. This is a capitalist society, and they're looking to make money. They want to add value to their investment. They want actors who have reputations that will bring eyeballs to the screen, bodies in the seats. They're looking for added value, not negativity.
If the statement is made in writing and published, the defamation is called libel. Do I believe Amber Heard is guilty based on the legal definition of the word defamation? Yes, I do. The words 2 years ago spoken by Amber Heard, followed by I became a public figure representing domestic abuse. Read between the lines, 2 years ago, domestic abuse. As in, I, Amber Heard, suffered domestic abuse 2 years ago. If you don't know who I'm accusing of committing domestic violence, just Google it. I honestly didn't think Johnny Depp would win until I seen the intent in these emails, the blatant proof of a methodical, intentional connection. It doesn't matter if Amber is found guilty, the real victory for Johnny Depp will always be his ability to communicate the truth to the world and clear his name.
Backing up her story of Depp's attack and photos showing damage to the penthouse. But the LAPD says when they were called to the couple's address on Saturday, no one asked for a police report, and officers found no evidence that a crime had occurred.